continued wise guidance and leadership, and even perseverance to long hours of working to get things right. My special appreciation goes to Prime Cabinet Secretary, the Attorney General, my fellow Cabinet Secretaries, and the respective Principal Secretaries and accounting officers and staff of all MDAs for their support and contribution to the financial year 2024-2025 budget-making process and contributions to these budget proposals. My sincere appreciation also goes first to you, Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, and your counterpart in the Senate, the majority and minority leaders of the entire House leadership, including respective clerks, for overseeing the approval process of the budget estimates for the financial year 2024-2025 and related documents. Second, to honorable chairs, members of both Budget and Appropriation Committee and Finance and National Planning Committee, and all the other departmental committees of this House, as well as of the staff of the Parliamentary Budget Office, for their constructive input, excellent leadership during the approval process, and the discussions that we have had in the process of these budget proposals. Third, let me thank my colleagues, the National Treasury and Economic Planning, led by Dr. Chris Kipto, the Principal Secretary, and the National Treasury, and James Mohati, the Principal Secretary of State Department of Economic Planning, for their commitment, dedication, and support in the preparation of this budget process, including their own leadership in their own MDAs. Fourth, I want to thank the management and staff of the Central Bank of Kenya, Kenya Revenue Authority, financial sector regulators, and other MDAs for their contributions and advice during this budget process. My gratitude also goes to the multilateral and bilateral development partners for their continued technical and financial support. And further, I thank the private sector for its sustained contribution to the discussions we have had to support the growth of our economy. Sixth, I wish to appreciate the media and non-state actors for their active engagement and even participation in the 2024-2025 budget process. Mr. Speaker, I remain immensely grateful to my family and their support and inspiration as I execute my duties at the National Treasury and Economic Planning, which is not an easy task, I can tell you. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, my utmost gratitude goes to all Kenyans for their contributions, proposals, and suggestions received during the finalization of the budget proposals. The outcome of these measures are to our own benefits and a reward to perseverance on the difficulties that we have gone through and to solve the difficulties ahead of us. Thank you, and may God bless you. Mr. Speaker, before I resume my seat, you recall that I have already submitted to this House the budget estimates and the Finance Bill 2024 together with the accompanying documents as required by the Public Finance Management Act 2012. Today, I further submit the following documents to this august House, and I request that you graciously receive them. First, the budget statements for the financial year 2024-25. Second, the 2024 budget policy statement. Third, estimates of revenue, grants, and loans for the financial year 2024-2025 budget. Fourth, financial statements for the financial year 2024-2025 budget. Fifth, medium-term debt management strategy 2024. Sixth, budget highlights, the Mwananchi Guide, the financial year 2024-2025 budget. And finally, statistical annex of the budget statements for the financial year 2024-2025. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move.
Thank you, Minister. Minister, I'm waiting for the handing over of the documents. Thank you. You may take your seat. Honorable members, I wish to thank the Cabinet Secretary for the National Treasury and Economic Planning for ably making a public pronouncement of the budget highlights and revenue-raising measures for the national government for the year 2024-25 and the medium term. In this regard, honorable members, I wish to confirm that in conformity with the provisions of Article 2211 of the Constitution, Section 37, 39, and 39A of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, and Standing Order 244C, the Cabinet Secretary submitted to the National Assembly the documents and legislative proposals required to implement the national government budget for financial year 2024-25 on 30th April 2024. This is within the prescribed timeline. The documents submitted by the Cabinet Secretary included the estimates of revenue and expenditure for the national government and the Finance Bill 2024, which is currently under consideration by the House. Honorable members, it is now my pleasure to invite all honorable members, the Cabinet Secretary for the National Treasury, all Cabinet Secretaries present, and other invited guests to our reception at the Parliamentary Courtyard at the rise of the House. Honorable members, now being 5:17 p.m., this House stands adjourned until Tuesday, 18th June 2024 at 2:30 p.m.
The Treasury Cabinet Secretary, Professor Njuguna Ndung'U, has delivered his much-awaited speech.